And now we're come to the point in time in the Magic Box talk show where we ask the immortal question that's on the tip of everybody's tongue. Do we all know what this question is? It's what's in the box? Okay, that was pathetic. Everybody in the room now, we're going to say what's in the box, and everybody, hey, we've got a native person here who's waving hello.
I'm native too. I'm happy.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so for this next try, what's in the box? We're all going to say it in unison, right? Everybody can handle this. Okay, so what's in the box? Hey, Danica, could you look in the box and find out for?
And in the box we have Empire.
Empire is an excellent book. You know, you should pull that first. Pull the cards there.
Here, Lou?
Yes. All right. We have stuff in the box, and give me all of them. All right. So,
box cards.
Okay. On the subject of books, here's a nifty quote about books. It says, "Books constitute capital. A library book lasts as long as a house for hundreds of years. It's not then an article of mere consumption, but fairly of capital." And that's Thomas Jefferson, who also wrote the Declaration of Independence and the First Amendment, who said that. And so on the topic of books, here we have a really interesting book. This is a kind of a dense theory book about politics. It talks about how the new form of empire is decentralized by all the new communications technologies, that kind of thing. You should really read it if you're like those kind of dense theory books. This is one of the best. Okay, next up on the Magic Box Talk Show, we have, come right up, don't be shy, we have Dorene Dawson. And hello, say hello to everybody out there in Internet land who's watching the show on YouTube right now. And so Dorene, we have you on the show because you're involved in a very interesting organization that's doing a lot to help out people in need, and specifically people who have been caught up in situations involving human trafficking.
That's correct.
And so what's your organization called?
So I volunteer for International Sanctuary, that are known as iSanctuary. You can find us on the web, iSanctuary.org.
Everybody go to that right now and look it up. Okay.
Yeah, and iSanctuary was founded in 2007 by Stephanie Polero and Wendy Hicks.
Okay.
And Stephanie fell in love with the Indian people when she was on a couple of missions trips down there. And then to India. And then she graduated from college and had never heard of human trafficking before, until she opened up a magazine and read about the sex trafficking of minors in India.
So what exactly is human trafficking?
So human trafficking is obtaining a person for the purpose, obtaining a person through coercion, force, for the purpose of slavery-like practices, domestic servitude, labor trafficking, commercial sexual exploitation. And so there's 3 different components in the definition.
Okay, and so now iSanctuary helps people who have been rescued from human trafficking, helps them to reintegrate back into society. Can you tell me about kind of how that process works, how you go about that? So
we started in Mumbai, India. India has the largest red light district in Asia, and more than 200,000 people are enslaved there. That's quite a few. That's quite a few. What do you know the population of Mumbai overall? Like, I don't know the population of Mumbai overall. No. See, I didn't make you study that one ahead of time, and I didn't either. I don't know what the population of Mumbai is. Are you kidding me? Okay. But human trafficking overall is a $32 billion industry worldwide. And that encompasses labor trafficking and sex trafficking. 80% of the people trafficked are women and children. And Mumbai, like I said, has the largest red light district. When Stephanie found out about it, she's a jewelry designer. She sold everything, moved to Mumbai, and got in touch with International Justice Mission, which is an amazing organization. And they do the rescuing, and they collect evidence so that they can prosecute the perpetrators in India and in other countries all over the world.
So she just sold her stuff and decided to go help these women.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Her family was like, "What are you doing?"
So what are these? So these women make different kinds of jewelry and items like of that nature.
Right. So the necklace that I have
you're wearing it.
handmade.
Oh, you're modeling this beautiful necklace for us.
And I have these earrings on. These are everyday hoops.
So these are manufactured by women from mostly women or all women?
They are 12 to 25-year-old ladies who have been rescued from the red light district in India.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
they live in safe houses. Stephanie will go into the safe house and teach them how to make jewelry. Each girl has her own bank account.
Oh, cool.
And we want them to be able to fully integrate as a effective member of society when they, graduate out of our program.
So they're learning a skill and a craft. They're learning.
We teach them English,
business practices.
We teach them, business practices. We educate them. It's a caste system in India, and so this group of girls won't ever be able to learn English, let alone get a real education. Only 15% of the population in India gets a real education.
Wow.
And so, these girls have been sexually exploited. There's a lot of stigma with that. Their living conditions in the aftercare homes aren't very good. And iSanctuary gives them an opportunity to get an education and to learn a skill, and so that they can. We have girls that want to become lawyers so that they can advocate for the other girls that get rescued out, and some of them in other programs in India, they will go back into the red light district and they will take IJM investigators.
What's IJM?
International Justice Mission.
Okay.
They'll take them back into the brothels where they were originally enslaved, and show them where all the little hiding places are inside the brothels where they keep the.
Because they've already been there themselves and they know.
They know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, education for women around the world is huge. It has to happen.
Absolutely.
And these women, these young girls, they grow up, and our goal is to take a victim to become a survivor, and then the survivor will then become an advocate. And we want to keep them in their culture, so that they can advocate for the freedom and for women's rights in their own towns. So
excellent.
What's really exciting now is that we employ about 12 women in India, and these are moms who live in tiny places, and they are taking care of large families. And we give them a job, and that's, it just makes a more secure environment for them so that they can keep their kids with them, feed their children, and provide for them. And that way their kids and their family aren't vulnerable.
Excellent. That's great.
To exploitation.
So I'm curious, speaking sort of about you personally, how did you get involved in the organization, and what kind of motivates, what drives your passion about that?
I got involved with the organization in 2009 when they received an overwhelming response from a newspaper article in Orange County. The Orange County Register printed an article, and they couldn't handle the response of emails and phone calls and orders. They had hundreds of orders. And so, once the jewelry is made in India, the girls are paid, and then the product is shipped to Irvine, California, which is where our headquarters is. And then we distribute the jewelry there through home parties, events, and retail shops. We're partnering with retail shops.
So it sounds like if somebody wanted to get involved and helped out, like that's a way that they could be of service to the organization and to the women, is by hosting a home party, or
they could open up their home, and then we bring out all the jewelry. I wanted to show.
Oh yeah, show us some of the jewelry that these women have made. Absolutely.
But I thought for Santa Cruz, this is such a great piece right here. In my magic box.
Oh boy! What's in the box?
Yeah, right.
All right.
This is our peacock necklace. It's quite long. I'll hold the chain up.
Well, that's just absolutely gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
I mean, this is something that, you buy at a fancy store, that level of quality.
Yeah. On the back of every tag is the signature of the girl that made the item. So it's a really personalized tag.
That's really nice.
This necklace is only $25.
I'd say that's a deal right there.
Deal.
Yeah,
it's a deal. It has all these beautiful jewels and stones on it and that kind of thing. And then in my box, we just have a simple pair of earrings. We have lots of different styles of earrings. I thought I'd bring those in for you to see. And what else do we have? Oh, I wanted to show you this. This is our Help End the Cycle of Human Trafficking, and it's a poster that shows one of our necklaces, and it shows that this necklace and all of our jewelry is handmade by a survivor in India, rescued in India, packaged by a survivor rescued in India, and then inventoried by a survivor rescued in the U.S. Because we now work with survivors, we employ survivors and women who've been rescued from the Orange County area. We partner with Orange County Human Trafficking Task Force, and when women need jobs, they give us a call, and we have a 9-month program that it's called our POST program. So these women receive the product that's shipped to them from India, and then the orders are processed by a survivor from the U.S., and then the orders are shipped by a survivor from the U.S.
Excellent.
So our slogan is purchase with purpose, and that's what we want everyone to do, is purchase with purpose. iSanctuary Jewelry makes a huge difference in the lives of, we've worked with over 200 girls since 2007. So we're very proud of what we do.
Well, it's really wonderful to hear that you've been able to help so many people out. And
it's an amazing organization.
Yeah,
I would just like to say thank you as well. It's just such wonderful work.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing I really like about your organization, you're kind of along the lines of some of the organizations that have been founded recently, sort of like the Grameen Bank, the micro lending. Are you technically a micro lending organization, or no, not quite? But it's a similar kind of philosophy going on there of helping people from an underprivileged background to be able to develop some sort of industry so they can have their own livelihood. Absolutely, I think that's wonderful.